Тайсон даже не понимает, во что он ввязывается. Я настоящий ковбой, боец мирового уровня. Настоящий ковбой, ковбой мирового уровня. А эти городские парни слишком мягкие. Я получаю от этого удовольствие, и я хочу встряхнуть весь мир. Я набираю лучшую форму там, в деревне, чтобы уничтожить этого парня. Ему лучше быть готовым. Они думают, что я уже в могиле. Но они ошибаются.
He wears no robe. He wears no socks with his boxing shoes. He says that makes him feel more like a warrior.
3 мая 1986 года. Глен-Фоллс, штат Нью-Йорк. Тихий городок с населением в 15 тысяч человек вовсе не походил на место, где творится история. Более 4000 зрителей набились в местный Civic-центр, привлеченный именем, который уже гремел по всей Америке. Майку Тайсону было 19 лет. Его рекорд — 19 боев, 19 побед, 15 нокаутов, 12 из них в первом раунде. Он не просто выигрывал бой, он их заканчивал. Тайсон был силой природы, и вся Америка следила за тем, как этот парень из Бруклина прорубает себе путь к короне в тяжелом весе. Но человек в противоположном углу ринга был не просто очередным именем в списке. Его звали Джеймс «Быстрый» Тиллис. 28-летний ковбой с ростом в 191 сантиметров из Талсы, штата Оклахома. Пресса называла его деревенским парнем, простаком из глубинки, которому нечего делать в жестком мире профессионального бокса. Над ним смеялись, над его шляпой, его акцентом, его манерами, но никто не разглядел бойца, скрытого за этим образом.
Я быстрый как молния, как реактивный самолет. Вот кто я такой. Я сам себе говорю, я настоящий ковбой, понимаешь? Настоящий ковбой, боевой ковбой, боец мирового уровня. Я получаю от этого удовольствие и хочу встряхнуть весь мир. Ковбойская жизнь — моя первая любовь. Но именно через бокс я получил все это. Бог благословил меня всем этим, понимаешь? Он даст мне силу и благословит меня стать чемпионом мира. Но для этого мне надо работать и получать от этого удовольствие.
Тиллис был прирожденным левшой, который выбрал ортодоксальную стойку, и это делало его переднюю руку обманчиво опасной. Он двигался легко для тяжеловеса, работал быстрыми комбинациями и по-настоящему мастерски контролировал дистанцию. Из его 35 профессиональных побед 22 пришли досрочно. К маю 1981 года, всего через 3 года после начала профессиональной карьеры, он уже дрался за титул чемпиона мира по версии WBC в тяжелом весе против грозного Майка Уивера, проиграв единогласным решением судей за 15 тяжелейших раундов. Он не победил, но он доказал, что деревенский парень из Оклахомы способен конкурировать на высочайшем уровне. К моменту встречи с Тайсоном за плечами Тиллиса было 47 профессиональных боев и 12 поражений, включая болезненные проигрыши таким опасным соперникам, как Грег Пейдж и Пинкланд Томас. Букмекеры давали на него ставки 7-1 против юного бруклинского зверя. На бумаге все выглядело как еще один неизбежный нокаут. Но у Тиллиса было то, чем не обладал ни один из прежних соперников Тайсона. Настоящий выстраданный опыт. Почти 50 профессиональных боев. Жестокие войны. Он уже видел все худшее, что мог предложить бокс. Он не боялся Майка Тайсона. А это меняло все. Когда прозвучал гонг, Тайсон рванул вперед со своей фирменной свирепостью, охотясь за тем единственным ударом, который завершит все в первые же секунды. И порой он попадал, но Тиллис не сломался. Вместо того, чтобы в панике отступать, ковбой двигался. Он кружил, работал джебом и использовал свое преимущество в росте, чтобы контролировать бой на дистанции. К третьему раунду он уже открыто разменивался ударами с Железным Майком, и арена замерла в изумлении.
For some reason, Tillис landed. He was so shocked he grabbed. Quick Tillis Tillis cannot, in my opinion, win a decision in this fight, Jim. He has to try to take Tyson out. And Joe Cortez, the referee, quite properly did not break the fighters because Tyson's hands were not tied up. Again, the right uppercut just missed that time by Tillis.
Late in round one, a round in which Tillis has not acquitted himself too badly, as he has managed to stay away from Tyson's thunderbolts, although he just took a right hand. We'll be back. We bring you back for round two, and you hear the bell. As you saw before we went away, Tyson did land one punch after the bell had sounded to end round one.
Most people in boxing, if they're looking for a way to beat Mike Tyson, believe it will be done by a fighter who is able to move and punch effectively on the move, as Henry Tillman did in winning 2 fights from Tyson in the Olympic trials as amateur.
Solid left hand.
The difference, obviously, is here Mike Tyson has 10 rounds to wear down his opponent. He had to go all out in the 3 rounds amateur limit.
Lost to Tillman in the Olympic trial. Right hand lands flush on the cheek of Quick Tillis, but that was an extended right hand. He was not in close enough to do maximum damage.
Yeah, but he's not letting go of Mike Tyson. He might be shaking his hand, which generally means that he was hurt by the punch, even though it was, as you say, extended. Too far outside, but he can't get so close to allow Tillis to grab him, as Tillis will always do when Mike lets him.
Tyson can be hit. He was openly disappointed with the number of times that Steve Zowski landed on him in his last fight.
Any custom auto-trained fighter prides himself on his defense. And Mike really was disappointed that Zowski hit him with some right hands, really silly right hands that he should not have been hit with. It was just a loss of concentration.
The right hand by Tillis was blocked there.
A jab by Mike Tyson, a rare punch for him in his first 19 fights as competition. He's been using it more in training and says that we'll see a lot more of it in this fight. He just tried it there till Tillis knocked down 2 of them. Good hip movement by Tyson coming in.
For the moment, Tyson is a sign of the respect that he must have for a fighter of Tillis's experience.
There's the punch that, in my opinion, he won't knock Tillis out with it, but he will wear him down and bring his hands down so he can land punches to the head.
He got him with the left. And you heard that Tyson has begun to break through the guard around the face. And there's a right hand as Tyson continues to land New York for the beginning of round 3. More than 8,000 people here in the Glens Falls Civic Center, almost all of them rooting for the fighter that Upper New York State thinks of as its own Mike Tyson.
Right now, all of the aggression is out of Mike Tyson. He is keeping his distance. He's trying to learn how to box with James Quick Tillis. It is not, or has not been to date, his fight. So if Quick Tillis has done nothing else, at the present time, he's taken Mike Tyson out of his game plan.
Tillis tying Tyson's left arm up there. Tillis's trainer and co-manager Bo Williford said that he had been working with him for the last 6 weeks, tying up Tyson's arms. But that time, Tyson got the left hand through again after ducking a Tillis punch.
Just one punch for Mike, and that's not typical. He has to put punches together when he gets inside. Keep busy against Jesse Ferguson. Look at the hand speed by Tyson.
That's one of the things that's astonishing, to see a man of this size and this build with such quick hands. We'd like to alert our local stations along the line that will be taking...
Foot to survive for the most part. The punch that turned the fight around was a combination, actually, a right.
Come on, get those arms out. Come on, work out of there.
This is an important learning experience for Mike Tyson. He's going to have to be able to handle a Quick Tillis to get to the top of the heap, and he is right now. Tillis is making making the mistake of trying to trade with Mike Tyson. He should be moving off the ropes. Instead, he got into a little bit of macho there, and Quick Tillis is not going to be around long fighting that way. Again, he scores with the right uppercut. Does Quick Tillis.
Repeatedly, Tillis has scored with the right uppercut. But Tyson is beginning to wear down Tillis's defenses, particularly when he catches him against the ropes and then releases the hand. Round 3 coming to a close, and Mike Tyson warms to the task once again as the round comes to a close. Back with more after this word from our local station.
Впервые за 30 месяцев профессиональной карьеры Тайсон почувствовал настоящее сопротивление. Надо отдать ему должное, Тайсон приспособился. В 4-м раунде он прочитал движение ковбоя, ушел от атаки и ответил резким левым хуком. В конце раунда Тиллис оказался на настиле. Любой из прежних соперников Тайсона провел бы остаток вечера в режиме выживания. Тиллис поднялся и продолжил.
Inexplicably, Quick Tillis grabs after he scores the best punch he scored in a couple of rounds. You should put punches together, punch in combination, and he might give Mike Tyson more trouble than he wants. He also can't lunge in with that left hook like that because he's going to get caught.
And having felt what Tillis has to offer in the way of the uppercut and that one left hook which scored, Tyson now appears to be a little less shy about stepping up inside. Tillis is landing punches.
He's landing hard punches, and interestingly, Mike Tyson is taking them. I mean, he doesn't want to get hit with them. Marvis Fraser hurt. He can punch when he's fresh like this. Switches left-handed. Tillis is a converted southpaw. Punches hardest with his left hook. What is it?
Lightly for Tyson. Look how low he gets to duck under those punches. Extraordinary.
Tillis could have butted him with his knee there. He doesn't really know. The things that work for him normally are not working for him, and he's going to have to go to things that are a little bit more sophisticated. He's going to have to cut the ring off better. Has to let his hands be busier. And at the same time, avoid getting hurt.
In 1981, he went 15 rounds with the very dangerous puncher Mike Weaver, largely by staying away.
Before he got punched. Again, he lunges in. It gets caught.
The left hand drops Tillis onto the seat of his pants as round 4 is coming to a close.
I'm not so sure that his right foot wasn't stepped on.
Его выносливость, исторически его слабое место, держалось лучше, чем ожидалось. Тайсон же оказался на неизведанной территории. Его еще никогда не загоняли в поздние раунды, и эта неуверенность была заметна.
Tillis still willing to trade leather with Tyson.
I don't think that was a punch. The knockdown. It's not a. That was not looking. Did not look to me to be the beginning of the end.
He might have learned not to lunge so badly with the left hand, though.
Tyson is not doing his job in those clinches. His hands are free, but he isn't using them. Body puncher. He has it. He just isn't using it.
So far, he does not look hurt, as Alex pointed out. Looks rather fresh. Has had a tendency in the past to tire. This is not a good one. And again, not busy in the clinch. That's frankly astonishing because the opportunity is there for him to do a lot of damage.
There, he gave a half-hearted effort in that combination we talked about, the right to the body and the right uppercut. But he didn't keep punching. He's just letting isolated punches go. A single left hook, nothing behind it.
Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist Terrell Biggs. Tillis extended Biggs to the full 8 rounds, where Biggs got the decision, and that was on January 25.
2 good short chopping right hands by Tillis. Tyson waiting for Tillis to open up, and those 2 body punches did get indicated that Quick Tillis was hurt by those 2 body punches.
And the right hand got through the guard onto the cheek of Tillis, who looks a little the worse for wear. Slow first minute and a half in this round. Mike Tyson rolls out a round and leave an impression in the minds of the judges. We are back. for round 6. And it's a piece of trivia at best, but now Tillis has an opportunity to go farther with Tyson than any of his previous opponents if he can last past 119 of this round.
Well, I think if Mike continues to fight this way, Tillis has the chance to break the knockout string. He's got to be busier. Tillis does have a tendency to tire very badly in late rounds. He was exhausted at the end of his 8-round fight with Tyrell Biggs. And this is a 10-round fight. But Mike Tyson has to throw punches that mean something and throw them in combination. Those are just arm punches. There's nothing on those punches. He's just trailing Tillis around the ring.
The crowd begins to implore Tyson to give them something a little bit more exciting than what he has demonstrated here. And now it becomes clear that Tillis will last longer than it was bid to stop by Luis Rivera in Troy, New York, a couple of months ago. That punch missed, despite the crowd reaction.
Since we are talking about the possibility of the fight going the distance, I've given Tyson 3 rounds, Tillis 1 round, and 1 round even. I did not score the 4th round, which is the round in which a knockdown, a 10-8 round for Tyson. I only gave it a 10-9 round for Tyson because of the fact
point
that
system is, of course, supplemental only. The round system stands up unless there is a draw. Personally, Alex, I have it 4-0-1 for Tyson. I've not given Tillis a round.
There are 2 ways of looking at what Mike is doing. One way is to say that he's pacing himself, he's waiting for the opening. The other way is to say that he's getting frustrated and getting taken out of his fight.
There was no times, perhaps the only time in the bout we've seen it. But again, he comes on at the end of the round. We are all 7. Another heavyweight. Tyson with the lead in the fight to this point over James Quick Tillis. But fighting a curiously docile fight so far. Not nearly as busy or as aggressive as we've seen him in his 19 previous outings, which resulted in 19 knockouts.
He almost looks right here like he's waiting for Tillis to make the fight, to come to him.
In case you've just joined us, it is Tillis, the fighting cowboy from Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the white trunks, Tyson in the black. Tyson co-managed by Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton. Tillis co-managed by Bo Williford and Gary Bentley.
One curious thing that we learned before the fight about Tillis' condition, we said he's always tired late. Bo Williford and Gary Bentley found out after the Biggs fight, through the doctor's examination, that James Tillis has a number of wheat, which could make things difficult for a fighter who, on the day of a fight, eats wheat cakes, drinks milk, and orange juice, cranberry juice. But it has helped his stamina, and I think he also trained harder for this fight. He realizes this fight means everything to him.
He has lost 4 of his last 5. And Bo Williford told me last night that if Tillis were to be knocked out today and wanted to continue as a fighter. Incidentally, if you're not a boxing fan and Tillis looks familiar to him, you may have seen him in the movie The Color Purple, where he had a brief part. He spent 2.5 weeks with Steven Spielberg and crew in Los Angeles, where they called him Dark Hager. There's a right hand by Tyson. And the uppercut.
Tillis is not noticeably hurt by that punch.
Nice cut. There is
Extended with the punch, did not have the proper range for full power.
Now he's at the right range. He lands something here. This is where he can be effective. Again, not punching at the body when Tillis grabs him behind the head. Tillis landed a left. Didn't seem to faze Tyson at all. We will stay here between rounds, as it is Tillis who tries to flurry at the end of round 7.
Когда пришли чемпионские раунды, ни один из бойцов не форсировал события. Публика начала терять терпение. Люди пришли увидеть, как Тиллиса ломают. Этого не происходило.
He's taken some brutal punches, and he is fighting back, moving and still trying to win this fight.
one of the greatest trainers in the history of the sport, openly questioned Tillis's heart while he was working with him.
Angelo Dundee had no spirit to fight. Tillis told us in the pre-fight interview that he found that spirit. Didn't know why he'd never had it, but said he found it for this fight. He was going to be a different fighter, and he has been.
You cannot question his courage or his commitment today. He has been there from the opening bell. He has not run away as he did 15 rounds against Weaver in 1981. Tyson looped that right hand, and you have to wonder if they're part of the marketing and publicity which has surrounded Tyson's rise. It won't be quite the same if he's 20-0 with 19 knockouts.
There's no question that up till now, if the fight continues this way and goes to a decision, Tyson, in my opinion, he has not really hurt quick Tillis, even though he has knocked him down and cut him. And he's let Tillis stay in the fight when other fighters, such as a Tyrell Biggs, really had Tillis.
Could that, in fact, Alex, be good for Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I think it ultimately as well. It was inevitable that he was going to have to learn how to fight a guy who could move and box. It's good that he's fighting one like Quick Tillis to get that learning experience.
And maybe if he has to go to decision to win the fight, then there won't be as many people asking every day, when are you going to fight for the championship?
Since he's demonstrated that he has not gotten exhausted and he's taking good punches, we'll now turn around and say, well, he can't punch. Mike Tyson just went left-handed, and that was decidedly left-hand stance since his fourth professional fight. It means he's a little bit confused, a little bit frustrated.
New York, James Quick Tillis enters round 9 with 19-year-old knockout phenomenon Mike Tyson. And in Tyson's round, or in Tyson's corner between rounds, trainer Kevin Rooney was imploring him to keep punching, not to stop punching, particularly in the clinches.
He was in tight, his hands were free, and he did not punch. This Mike Tyson looks very much like the Mike Tyson who lost 2 close decisions to Henry Tillman in the heavyweight trials for the Olympic Games in 1984. He is confused by the movement. The movement does not allow him to hit a stationary target, and therefore he can't set himself as well. We have not seen the evidence of the jab that Mike Tyson said we would see.
And Henry Tillman recently scored a first-round knockout over Bash Ali in a cruiserweight fight.
Well, Henry Tillman was very impressive winning the North American Boxing Federation cruiserweight title by scoring a sensational first-round knockout. First of all, I've seen all of Henry Tillman's fights, and second of all, he hasn't fought in the same division as Mike. He's been fighting as a cruiserweight. There's not as much talent down there. It's difficult to say. I was very impressed with Tillman against Bash Ali. He will be inevitably a future opponent.
Coming up immediately after this fight, our coverage of the Kentucky Derby, beginning of ABC Sports, run through the Triple Crown this spring. Right now we are in round 9. Mike Tyson well ahead in the scoring, or so we would judge it, against James.
He certainly isn't fighting like someone who is punching that he can't solve. But secondly, it's also possible that Mike Tyson is interested in how he is going to react to fighting rounds. He's heard all the doubters say he can't go 10 rounds or 15 rounds, and maybe he's in the back of his mind trying to find out exactly how he is going to respond in that kind of a fight that he is in no danger, in my opinion, of losing.
Maybe in the front of his mind. 22 seconds remaining in round 9. Moore is not busy during the clinches when his hands are free and he has a chance to punch. Landed a right hand on Tillis' nose, but we have gotten to the end of round 9. We'll be back for the closer after this. We are back in Glens Falls, New York, round 10. The crowd tries to liven itself up, try to provide some encouragement to Mike Tyson. Most of them have come here today hoping to see a knockout, and frankly, expecting to see a knockout. Tyson tries to deliver with the right hand and steps in and throws the left. Tillis again ties him up.
The most power and zip he's had in his punches at this late stage in a fight that I can ever remember. Tyson knows it, and I just don't think he's going to take any unnecessary chances. You can be sure he wants to keep the knockout string alive. But he also is just not going to take any unnecessary chances. He wants to win a decision, win a fight. He'll be 20-0.
His career somewhat even with a loss if he stands up.
Well, this certainly is a respectable showing, and there certainly will be notoriety to the man who broke Mike Tyson's knockout string, especially if Mike resumes the knockout string. Always difficult to know why a crowd is booing. You can't psychoanalyze 8,000 people. I think it's possible that they're disappointed in Mike's performance. They came here wanting to see him do what he's done in his previous 19 fights, and he doesn't appear at this point to be going all out to satisfy them.
Landed problem, it has been effectively stopped. Tillis comes straight in. And now Tyson, one of the few times we've ever seen him swinging wildly. Good left hand. Tillis is still there. There will be very little doubt about the decision here. The scoring might be slightly different in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tillis continues to give a good account of himself.
And backs Mike Tyson up onto the ropes, which is a first.
A little of Tyson's own medicine. It will be interesting to see how Mike reacts to this. Closing with a flurry.
Бой продлился все 10 раундов. Судьи отдали победу Тайсону единогласным и без всяких споров. Но реакция в зале была неоднозначной. Да, восхищение Тайсона было, но и проблеск разочарования. Он прошел всю дистанцию, он не довел дело до конца. А к Тиллису было искреннее уважение. Он сделал то, что не удавалось никому до него. Он принял лучшие удары Тайсона, устоял на ногах и добрался до финального гонга. В ту ночь Джеймс Тиллис проиграл на бумаге, но в Гленс-Фоллс тихим субботним вечером в мае 1986 года он доказал то, что остальной тяжелый дивизион должен был услышать. С Майком Тайсоном можно драться.
So for 19-year-old Mike Tyson moved the record now to 19. We're making 20 wins, no losses, 19 of them by knockout.